Hello, everybody. This is the Last Raider. We are back with another video, and today CD Projekt Red has some bug issues. Um, uh, Short of this, I'm not surprised. Okay, I figured this was going to happen. Simply because the old saying, always go, pick your Murphy's Law saying. My personal favorite is everybody has a plan until you get punched in the face. Um, yeah, so I figured there was going to be some bug issues because it's one thing to run a game system and a game console. I know a lot of people are saying, "Oh, they knew this. They knew this." No, 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 no. Hold up now. It's one thing to have perfect conditioned, perfectly maintained consoles and game PCs running a game inside of a controlled environment and working very well. This is one of the reasons why a lot of multiplayer games will get hold of beta testers, and that's what I think. I think that's what I think CD Projekt Red should have done was get some beta testers for all this nonsense. As well, now, what I mean by having a perfect environment, I'll tell you a little story of mine, where I ended up with an Xbox once because I wanted to play Halo really badly. I wanted Halo 2 and I wanted to play it, and I bought this kid's Xbox from him. It had some issues, and then I ended up with a roach infestation. Yeah, that's a hell of a bug right there. So I had to take the entire console, open it up, spray the inside with bug killer, and spray the bag that I put it in with bug killer. Sealed it off with one of those little sealers, like you to reseal your packaging, and then commenced to fumigate the entire house so that I could kill every single bug that come out of there. Now, it's safe to say that system was not properly maintained. It always had it forever had a kind of roachy smell to it up until I finally tossed it because PS4 came along and I gotten over my Halo craze. But anywho, like I said, with that, that's probably the extreme of poor maintenance game consoles I've ever seen. Um, for those of you that are listening right now, do you know where your vent ports are on your PC, your Xbox, or your PlayStation? Oh, you do? That's good. You might want to go vacuum those out if you haven't done that already. That creates heat. That creates issues. Performance issues are going to create variations, and it creates an X factor that you cannot accommodate for. Now, am I saying this is everything? No, I'm saying that one rule right there, and my one experience with that Xbox made me realize that there was going to be a buggy launch. There's going to be issues by somebody. Not all the systems out there, even though they're made by PlayStation, even though a lot of them are made by Xbox, they're not equal systems simply based on maintenance. Number one. So I figured there was going to be some problems. And there have been a lot more problems. Now, as I said, I did expect problems, but I'm going to say this and say this carefully here. There are a lot more problems than I anticipated, okay? I am not defending CD Projekt Red. They did drop the ball on this and did fail last gen console players. That I'm going to say. But that's not the purpose of this video. The purpose of this video is we're getting through all of this. We're about to get to the video, folks. Don't worry. But the purpose of this video is to show really the difference between a game company that says they're pro-consumer and a game company that is acting pro-consumer. The one that is talking the talk and one that's walking the walk. So CD Projekt Red offers apologies and full refunds for Cyberpunk 2077. This is actually pretty cool. I want you to listen to what they're saying right now. Listen to this. This isn't like Bethesda during Fallout 76 where you had to make some proof of things. Now we're going in. This is on Game Zone. Just days after the release of Cyberpunk 2077, developer CD Projekt Red has offered an apology and full refunds. The game has received a notable backlash for its buggy state and poor performance on last-gen consoles. And most of these are last-gen. There are bugs on PC. There are bugs on next-gen consoles, but they're not as bad as they are on last-gen. And this was a promise from CD Projekt Red that the game would be playable on last gen. I really hope Chris did not get this on last gen. He's got a PC now. I hope he got it for PC. It's like, oh man, that's gonna be bad. He needs to get his refund. CD Projekt Red issued a statement on social media talking about the dilemma. I want you to listen. First of all, we would like to start by apologizing to you for not showing the game on base last gen consoles before it premiered, and in consequence, not allowing you to make a more informed decision about your purchase. We should have paid more attention to making it play better on PS4 and Xbox One. Right there. We do not have a company coming out there and blaming the gamers. CD Projekt Red has come out there and stated, we made a mistake. This is one of the critiques that people have been saying. Oh, they wouldn't let us see what it looked like on last-gen consoles. I think CD Projekt Red expected more people to have PS5s and Xbox X's or whatever it is. So, and this is the thing that I find interesting as well. We're in a very interesting situation right now in the console market that we've never been to before, where you are not guaranteed everyone has the next gen consoles after they've been released. Scalpers have sucked so many off the market that there are mass shortages across the world. And when I don't think that CD Projekt Red put a whole lot of work into last gen consoles as they did next gen, and unfortunately they're realizing that thanks to the scalping situation, they probably should have put a little more time in the last gen consoles. But I want to make this abundantly clear. We're not pulling a Naughty Dog. We're not pulling Bethesda. We're not denying the problem exists, and we're not blaming the customers for the problem existing. We are taking full responsibility here in this one statement. This is a pretty ballsy thing to do in this current age. Because the way games journal, especially when your game is hated by the games journalist community, this is a pretty ballsy thing to do, to come out and say, this is our fault, it's all our problem, we apologize for this, we should have done better. Props to CD Projekt Red. Okay? I'm not shilling for them and I'm simping for them, but I'm gonna call a spade a spade. This is a good thing to do. But you're gonna see on through here what else they've done. CD Projekt Red went on to note they'll have a new update within the week for Cyberpunk 2077. After the holidays, they'll have 2 big patches in January and February to fix most of the prominent issues in the game. They note it won't make Cyberpunk 2077 on last gen. Looks like it runs on a high-end PC or next gen, but it will be way closer than it is now. Second, we will fix bugs and crashes and improve the overall performance. The first round of updates has just been released, and the next one is coming within the next 7 days. Expect more, as we update frequently whenever new improvements are ready. After the holidays, we'll continue working. We'll release 2 large patches, starting with Patch 1 in January. This will be followed by Patch 2 in February. Together, these should fix the most prominent problems gamers are facing in last-gen consoles. Now, right now, they're not... I don't... From this statement, I don't expect to see CD Projekt Red, in the back, in their suits, clinking glasses. Look how much money we made, clinking their little wine glass together. CD Projekt Red has a problem. They're jumping down into the mire very quickly, and they're trying to get patches out. I'm loving this. We've already had 1 major patch to the game. They said in 7 days there's supposed to be another patch. It's probably going to be at the end of this week. And yeah, I mean, this is something where nowhere here have they blamed the consumer. They're just saying, look, we're going to fix it. Okay, that's what we're here to do. We're here to fix it. I hope they do. I hope they fix it and make it playable again. But like I said, I think this is in response. They didn't expect the last gen, because when you're expecting a good percentage of your customers to upgrade to next gen for your game, they probably didn't put a whole lot of work into this. Now, what does this mean for everybody? This is actually pretty good, because it's going to improve. I know there's bugs on PC and there are bugs on next gen consoles. This is going to improve those. They're going to start sending out patches for those as well. Right now, I think what they're doing is they're trying to figure out what is the most damaging problems that they've got, and they're going to put out one patch for the most damaging stuff. In other words, the problems that are affecting everybody, if you're having a crash, if you're seeing a bug, good chance you're probably not the only one. So this is what I would suggest if you're on last gen consoles. This is my suggestion: report. Okay, get good at reporting bugs, because if you want this game to improve, you should participate and let the company know. If the CD Projekt Red's done said they're willing to work with you on fixing the game and making it playable so you get your money out of it, help them out. Okay, let them know there's a problem so that they can fix it. And this may solve problems later on for future games. You don't know. You could be helping out the community as a whole. So go in there, help them out. If you believe in CD Projekt Red and you believe in Cyberpunk 2077, damn, I sound like some kind of evangelist at a evangelical cult. Believe in CD Projekt Red, and if you believe in them, you will do the Lord's work. Anyway, jokes aside, do help out. Do go in and help out CD Projekt Red in trying to make this a great game. Okay, it's a good game now, but let's help make it a great game. Anyway, continuing on. Now, this is the interesting part. CD Projekt Red also announced full refunds for Cyberpunk 2077 on consoles. Xbox and PlayStation will offer refunds through their support. No questions asked. That's key right there. If you got a physical copy, they recommend contacting your retailer first. If that doesn't work, you have until December 21st to contact Help Me Refund at cdprojectred.com for further assistance. So obviously, they've gone to PlayStation and said, look, if these people aren't happy with it, have them send the game back. So you can get your money back from PlayStation and Xbox. They're not asking questions on it. I don't know how the refund system works. I've never refunded a game, never had to. I always try to read up on it as much as I can. But if you are CD Projekt Red saying, look, if we're not satisfying you right now and you can't wait for the patches, we'll give you the money back, and y'all can put it on a game that makes you happy. I mean, I can't ask for any more than that as far as a consumer. So, am I letting CD Projekt Red off the hook? No, they've had a colossal failure with last gen consoles, but we are seeing a big difference. And I will say this a lot. I will say this again. You don't know how good or how pro-consumer a company is until they fall on hard times. Because if they fall on hard times, they'll either start doing something irrational. People who have hard difficulty. I remember we worked with a woman one time, and we were in the middle of remodeling her kitchen, and her mother died. And it seemed like there was nothing we could do at that point that could satisfy her. So finally, after all that was going on, my boss just went to her one day and said, look, do you have a carpenter that you think would satisfy you? And she goes, what do you mean? He said, look, I am willing. He said, because nothing I'm doing is working right now, and it's bothering you. I am willing to step away from the job, let you find somebody that you want to work this job that will make you more happier. And honestly, when we got done, he said, and she accepted the terms, and we left the job unfinished. But he made the notion. He said, look, her mother has just died. He said, and right now, her ire is at us. If it makes the customer happier for us to walk away, he said, I'll let someone else do it. If it makes her happier. He said, she'll remember us for saying, if we're not making you happy, we'll walk away. Apparently, we're not being able to do it the way you want it. Later on, she did call us back because she did hire somebody else, and he fucked a whole lot of shit up. We ended up going back to that place, and it ended up costing her a lot more money than it did before. So, but that was after the funeral and everything. They had buried her mom, and she had gotten over it. But to sit back here and have CD Projekt, well, I say that because CD Projekt Red is basically looking at their fans and saying, look, if our game has not satisfied you, give us the game back. we will refund your money, and you go take it and put it on a game that'll make you happy. Okay, that's a big move by a game company, in my opinion, especially when they're not questioning any of it. They're willing to refund, no questions asked. Whether this continues, I don't know. We will see. Bethesda did offer some refunds, but they had a whole myriad of conditions to get that refund. I would say that CD Projekt Red is doing it's a pretty good thing that they're doing right now for the gaming community. So I will take the risk in buying Cyberpunk, checking it out. I'm still setting my console up. It's weird going from, or not my console. I'm setting my PC up. It's weird going from console to PC. But as soon as I get to PC, I plan on trying to see if I can do some sort of live stream. I have an old gaming channel. I'll have to reconfigure it a bit, and I'll put a link to it in the description eventually when I get it done. So there's a bit of work that I have to do this week. I expect to probably be doing something about it after Christmas, maybe, because there's a lot of things I'm working on at the moment. But anywho, let's see. Is there anything else in this? No. Honestly, here's what I would say, folks. If you want a refund, get it. If you still want to see any improvements, report the bugs and issues that you're having. Those are the two things you can do as a consumer. And as far as CD Projekt Red has gone, yes, they have dropped the ball. I'm not letting them off on this. This is an absolute total failure of people that have last gen consoles. And like I said, in the current climate that we've got going on right now, those, in my opinion, last gen console players are probably the people that need to be looked at the most, because we've never had a situation like this where we have expensive consoles, next gen consoles, that have been taken off the market by scalpers. This has never happened before, and I think a lot more. The CD Projekt Red did fail those people spectacularly, but they are attempting to make it up. All right. I know some people have some hate towards them over this, but let me just say this. All right, this is where I'm going to get real with people. It's one thing to be angry at a game company when they're actively doing stupid stuff. It's another thing to be angry at them when they're trying to fix the situation. And CD Projekt Red is attempting to fix this. If you want a refund, get a refund. But kind of hold off on the hate until CD Projekt Red does something else worthy of the hate. I'm not letting them off on the bugs and issues and all that. I did expect that to happen. I was surprised at how bad this has happened, especially with the good PR and good press they've been getting. But let's see what CD Projekt Red does, because let me explain this. You're not going to change game companies for the better if you keep giving them ire over just every little thing. My mentality on this is sit back, give CD Projekt Red a chance to fix this. If they fuck up royally, then go after them. But if they end up starting to do patches and fixes and making the game work better, and it becomes more and more efficient, and the game becomes more and more playable, then I would say, let's see how the patches work in the next couple days. I think the first patch come down and actually fixed a lot of things. Let's see what the 7-day patch is. I'll report on that, on how well it's working out. And as always, just give them a chance. All right. I really want game companies to change, and that doesn't happen if you just go in there and give them piss and vinegar the whole time. You got to give them honey when they do a good job. Anyway, I am the Last Raider, folks. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. Tell me what you think in the comments. And as always, stay safe, stay frosty. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye now.